The lawmaking experiments and parliamentary engagements in deftly handling complex questions of social management without rocking the basic structure, though making some scratches, are matters of celebration too. Permanence and endurance are sustained by flexibility, long ago stated by Thomas Jefferson in 1824 when he wrote, I quote, "The real friends of the Constitution in its federal form is the wish it to be immortal, should be attentive by amendments to make it keep pace with the advance of the age in science and experience," unquote. Dr. Ambedkar had this, another experience from history in his mind when he said in his concluding remarks in the Constituent Assembly in 1949, he said, "The first thing in my judgment we must do is to hold fast to constitutional methods of achieving our social and economic objectives." He also talked about the drift with mastery. We have now by chiseled into a constitutional practice what we can do and what we shall not do. How we are able to do so in the midst of globalization challenges is demonstrated by our recent engagement in striking several balances in the economic domain, policy, and international relationships. All this is because of our unflinching commitment to the Constitution and its demands on our intelligence and the non-negotiable roots of building a fair and just society. Our national fiber, made of thousands of years of incomparable togetherness, born of deep spiritual and cultural values, and our constitutional fabric have now seamlessly merged that no force or attempt can undo. That we are yet to satisfy the needs and concerns of large numbers of our peoples in want and fulfillment is all the more reasons for continuing on the paths laid. All this celebration we must do as we note how fissures and fractures have perilously exposed several nations to constitutional and democratic breakdowns. We must do so also to set at rest shallow cynicism about Indian state and bring to command all our genius in our march towards a fair social order. An American law academic writing about the timeless lesson for the issues of our era, though from the US lens, says, quote, "Constitutional law is a practice like surgery or chess." We can indeed write on how our constitutional journey has been more of a chess than deep surgery. Talking of the engagement of Eastern Europe for the last decade of 20th century, in many different ways, revolutions, armed, economic, cultural, political, and social, it is said that none of these are more dramatic and perhaps none so successful as its constitutional reforms.